top scorers still alive out west in the NBA playoffs. All four shooting 44% from the field and at least 34% from three. Luka and Ja Morant are the only two NBA players with 25 points and 5 assists per game this postseason. Tim Legler back here with us. Tim, who's the best remaining player in the Western Conference?
It's Luka for me, and I just look at the way he controls the game. He does it unlike any other player in the league right now. I mean, if you look at even what he's doing in this Phoenix series, if you're Monty Williams, who's the coach of the year and deserving so, and you look at that team, best team in the NBA by far, and you're not taking anything away from Dallas the last 2 games. So he's having the best of both worlds because he's that good. You're not limiting his paint impact. You're not limiting his ability to get to his step-back three whenever he wants. But you're also not limiting these dudes taking and making 23-point shots in a game. And most of those shots, by the way, I'm not going to diminish what Dorian Finney-Smith and Bertans and these guys have done, but these are practice shots that these guys are taking, and there's one reason, because of the greatness of Luka Doncic and the ability to win any matchup in front of him, including against elite-level defenders like Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, whoever you put in front of him. It's not enough against this guy. His ability to control the game physically because of his passing and his size, in addition to the scoring he can give you basically any trip up the floor, for me right now, that's the guy, because I think he controls the action more than any other player in the West.
I can appreciate where you're coming from Luka Doncic. Just a mere question from one of the great basketball analysts in America today. That would be Mr. Tim Legler sitting right across from me. I assume you've seen Ja Morant.
A couple times.
I assume. I mean, I assume you saw him averaging 40 before he went down. I mean, I think you saw that. I think you said
40 again. I
think you said 40.
Yeah, I like that.
I think you've seen it. I think you've seen it now.
But do you think Ja has more help?
Excuse me. I don't give a damn what help he's got. Have you seen this brother play? Oh, yeah. So all I'm saying to you is this. When I look at Luka's big time, no doubt about it. I still see percentage-wise the struggling from the perimeter. I still see the struggles from the free throw line. You see that from Ja? I haven't seen that from Ja. Have you seen that from Ja? I mean, last time I checked, Memphis is still in this thing. They down 3-1 instead of 2-2, but that might have a lot to do with the fact that Ja missed Game 4 last night. All I'm saying to you is, you tell me I got one or the other, why wouldn't I pick Ja right now based on these playoffs? I'm not talking, overall, we look at Luka's game. He's poised, plays at his own pace. He dictates pace. We see how sensational he is as a player, not taking anything away from him. But Ja Morant has been that dude and has been a superstar in every sense of the word and has been utterly unstoppable and spectacular and every bit as, if not more, than Luka Doncic in these playoffs. Would you deny that?
No, look, he's been spectacular in these playoffs.
Okay.
But for me, there's only 3 guys in the NBA that can beat you solely as a passer. Possession after possession after possession. I don't think Ja Morant can. Just with his passing.
Okay.
That's my point.
What if he don't need to pass because he do it himself?
Well, that's fine. But at times, look, you're going to see certain defenses, and you're going to make teams pay. And I think the other 2 guys are LeBron and Jokic. Those 3 players, and Luka's in that level and in that category. By the way, this is one of those typical arguments where you credit one dude, and by proxy, you're criticizing the other guy.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm doing.
No.
I know.
That's not what I'm doing. But that's the world we live in. That's kind of how it is. Yeah. Right? It's like, do you like ribeye?
Yeah.
Or do you like sushi? I like both of them.
Yeah.
Okay? But right now, you're asking me.
Right now, you want sushi.
I'm just saying Luka's controlling these games. And look, there'll be an adjustment. Phoenix will have an adjustment.
Molly would appreciate this. I would strongly advise the tempura shrimp.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.